Wigeon vs Pigeon. Two microcars that originally had 3 wheels now have 4. Two cars that although seem very different, had the same chassis and powertrain underneath. Which one is better than the other? In today's video we find out. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, make sure to like, subscribe and comment which one you think is better and why. So first things first, before we perform these tests, let's weigh them. The Pigeon comes in at 664 kilograms. While the Wigeon comes in at 562 kilograms, a whole 100 kilos lighter. Now for the tests. The first set of tests we'll be doing is durability testing. These tests will put the cars through their paces to see which one is more durable in certain situations. These tests include front impact, side impact, and rollover tests. For front impact, the Pigeon without question came out on top with only receiving a slightly pushed in front. The Wigeon got a lot worse damage with the whole front being bent down due to the car having a more pointed shape to it. Both of the cars still ran after this test. For the side impact test, the Wigeon was first to go. Then the Pigeon. Again, the Pigeon came out on top since the body was less crumpled and the door was still in place. The Wigeon was more twisted and crumpled, and with its glass door, the door just immediately caved in. Both cars still ran, but none would be able to drive away. Finally, the rollover test. The Wigeon went first, and although it did lose a wheel, it did seem to handle the rollover pretty well with its lightweight and more curved body, which in turn didn't let the body bend almost at all. The Pigeon, although the wheel didn't pop off, did receive the worst damage with the pillars being crumbled. Both cars still ran and could drive away, although the Wigeon did it with a little trouble with no front right wheel. Now for the performance testing. These tests include suspension and rigidity testing, acceleration and braking testing, and lastly, track time testing. The Pigeon was first in the suspension and rigidity testing, and it didn't perform too well. The suspension didn't feel connected, it was pretty much just flopping in the rear, and the car with the separate body and bed setup was not rigid at all. The Wigeon didn't feel too much better, but with proper coils in the rear, it did feel better, and the car was vastly more rigid than the Pigeon. Now for the acceleration and braking testing. Once the cars reach 65 km per hour from a stop, you apply the brakes as hard as you can until they come to a full stop. The one that went furthest is the worst one in terms of acceleration and braking. Who would have guessed the Wigeon won this test? Finally, the track performance. Now the Wigeon with its lighter weight, lower center of gravity and proper coil suspension in the rear, there was no question that it was better than the Pigeon by a long shot. Yeah, we don't need to see the rest of this. Now for the random tests and facts. There will be no commentary for this part as they are pretty self-explanatory. In conclusion, the Wigeon is just better as a driving car. However, the Pigeon does have its place as a utilitarian vehicle and is more durable, can have a tray, bed or even a bin attachment, and although it didn't beat the Wigeon in the Hydroglide test with the identical powertrain, if you were to put more power and make it lighter somehow, it would go further across the water since its shape just allows it to glide a lot flatter than the Wigeon bouncing up in the air. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, comment and subscribe to see more videos like this, and I'll see you guys next time.